Oh, welcome to day 21. Here we are, the end of March. Well, not quite. We've unpacked for 21 days the safety experience that I've had to have. That was our March focus. Our February focus was the life experience that I had to have. January focus was eat plant-based and see how that went. That went so well. And body's my temple, so we've stuck with that. Now, this one, day 21, the crescendo. This is, and it's not even ground or earth shattering. It's just, for me, it is a reflection of where I was to where I am now, where I've come from. So I was a maintenance superintendent in a copper factory, and we used to have major failures. We're talking major failures, days and weeks sometimes. There was some major downtime events in this particular factory, and because I was a maintenance superintendent, my job was to work with the teams, support them to keep the plant running, which we couldn't do, and that was their biggest challenge. And eventually they shut the plant down, which is cool. The challenge was, though, as a leader, as a middle level manager, I got the job, and I used to, and I think I'd even put my hand up for this, which was interesting, of if we had a major failure during the day that was going to go over a few days, I'd get the job of staying at work overnight and going home at the end of the next shift. So I'd get to do today, tonight, and then tomorrow. So I get to do those 3 12-hour shifts. At the same time as I'd send crews home after their 12 hours to make sure they were safe and make sure we were managing their fatigue. At the same time, I wasn't managing mine. And I remember making some really poor decisions. I remember not being right emotionally, mentally, because you're not after 36 hours. It's like being drunk, I used to say. I used to feel drunk at the end of those shifts. You know, people would come back to work and they'd be, the next morning, I'd still be there from the night before, and they'd come in the morning sprightly, ready to go again. And I wasn't with it. And then I'd have to make good decisions during the day, which I just couldn't. And the thing about that particular workplace culture was that I had to say one thing and do another. So I'd have to say how important safety was, and then when the chips were down, I'd have to step up and work overnight, which was really what we call incongruent. And that was my choice, of course. I could have said no, even though that probably wouldn't have been looked upon so well. And it's no one's fault. It wasn't right, it wasn't wrong. It's just I wish that I probably had the gumption or the courage maybe to do something differently back then, and it wasn't congruent. I remember thinking back, going, you know what, I'm saying one thing and I'm doing another. It's not a good look, and it's not good from my moral standpoint. And it's not good for me driving home from work after 36 hours either, mind you. Anyway, look, that's 21 days. We've gone over 3 minutes. Stay congruent. Say what you're going to do and then do it, and stick to it and stay strong. Words and behaviour, or thoughts and behaviour, thoughts and actions need to be aligned. See you in April for another set of stories, I'm sure.